Let's welcome in the man of the hour. Dan is in Warwick. Dan, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Evan? I don't have long to talk, though. I'm leaving Vermont.
Well, it's actually Sal. So, Huff, did you let him know who he's on with? Now, Dan, have you called the station since you did 10 years ago with that call with the Giants and Jets? Giants and Giants?
I talked with you a couple times.
So, that call was a prank, was it not?
Of course it was. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure because I had people calling saying they weren't. Have you seen the social media attention today?
No, I haven't. I'm not on social media much.
Dude, you got to check it out. Yeah, you have to have somebody at least send you an email. The Giants, you know why we're calling you today, right?
Nope.
The Giants posted a video of Francesa walking into a room with Eli Manning and Sean O'Hara of the New York Football Giants having lunch with Matt Chapman and Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants, all based on your call 10 years ago.
Yeah, I heard that was a pretty famous call. I saw the old cartoon where I had a bottle of bleach and computers in the background.
I'm not sure where we're going with that, but this is what you get when you talk to Dan in Warwick. So, Dan, you still listen to the station? You still call the station on occasion? I don't recall the last time you called.
Oh, we've talked a couple times.
I don't recall. And people have been trying to get in touch with you. Have you not gotten in touch? I saw Neil Best asking for you. I heard Harrison Francesa. I'm assuming that they wanted you to be a part of this. You haven't heard any of this. You're just living in Warwick there, doing your own thing.
Yeah, still living in Warwick. I heard through the grapevine that you guys were looking for me by my cousin.
There we go. You want us to replay your famous call, or you don't want to hear that? What are you doing?
I don't think I have long, Evan. I'm just leaving now, but go ahead.
Thank you for the time, Dan. We'll you go. Hoff, he's on hold. You could talk to him. No, we'll play it without him. You got to let him know who he's on with, number one. It's not Evan. It's Sal. And that would make sense because he's saying he's called. He has not called. I have not heard from him, so he probably called Evan before. Maybe you could tell him to call back and talk to Evan at 2. But I don't need him twice not knowing who he's on with. I really don't care to talk to Dan from Warwick. And clearly he doesn't seem interested at all. What I do want to hear is the original call. Though, if you have this queued up, for those of you who are just joining us here, there's a big deal about it. We referenced it a little bit. Dan and Warwick, the man of the hour, Francesa, walking in on the Giants and Giants having lunch. The Giants had fun with this on social media. Not sure this plays well on radio, but here you go. The old original call, which was a classic prank from Dan and Warwick to Francesa years ago.
Is there ever any interaction when the San Francisco Giants come to New York or vice versa?
The San Francisco Giants come to New York and do what?
Have a game.
They play against the Mets, and what do you want to happen now?
Did the New York Giants ever reach out to them, either the players or the franchises?
The football Giants?
Yeah, the football Giants.
Well, what is the connection between the San Francisco Giants and the football Giants?
Well, they used to be in New York, and they got the same name.
But they have nothing to do with each other, though. There's no connection. They have different ownership. There's no connection between the two teams. I mean, there's no connection in any way between the two teams. They have no relationship. Do you think because they're Giants are like brothers or something? That might be the weirdest question I got in a long time. And I think that's an honest question. That might be the strangest question I got in a really long time. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they have the Giant Picnic. They hold it over in Totowa, I think it is. And then they have the Giant Relay Race and the Giant Raffle. And then they all get together for the Giant Breakfast the next morning, and then they go their separate ways. It is true. It's a July weekend every year when it happens. Yeah, and then the Rangers in Texas and the New York Rangers have the same thing. They meet usually in Abilene and have that in August every year. Lundqvist is particularly close to Yu Darvish. As a matter of fact, there's a kinship there between the two of them.
That is freaking fantastic. Mike handled that perfectly. So there you go. And if there needed to be any clarification on if the call was a prank or not, obviously you got it from Dan himself there, who couldn't seem less interested in his social media fame, his newfound viral fame, or even talking with us for a few seconds here. So, and I respect that. Good for Dan. He had his prank 10 years ago. He did the job, and then that's that. He did what he had to do. One of the more famous calls, if not now, probably the most famous prank call to the fan. And doesn't care. God bless him. Doesn't care. Evan, no, I'm good to go. I got to get, we're inconveniencing him. Sorry, Dan. Did not mean to inconvenience you on this day. But we do appreciate your time.
Dan and Warwick called into Salicata earlier and sounded again, all we could judge on is based on the phone call. Almost disinterested. Didn't seem as funny as you would expect for a guy that plays that kind of prank call.
Yeah.
And we have speculated. Did he really not think it was a prank? Is he a boring guy in real life? Dan and Warwick has fought back. And Dan and Warwick is now calling into us to explain his side. Dan, welcome in, man. The floor is yours. I criticized you, bud.
Yeah, it's fine. You guys, I found out about all this hubbub, whatever's going on, while I was leaving Vermont for work. I was about to get into the shower, so I didn't have long to talk.
Okay. All right, so now, hold on. Just answer a couple questions, set the scene. You're not in Vermont on vacation?
No, I go up there for work.
Okay. All right, well, that answers things, because I basically painted a picture that you have a wife or a girlfriend that has you antiquing, and you were so disinterested that it made you boring. So I was wrong on that. That's a good answer. Now answer more.
Well, what else do you want to know?
Right, so this happens. You find out about it. I mean, does this pump you up at all and make you feel like you have the best prank call of all time?
Not really. Why?
Because they made a commercial out of it, Dan.
Well, Dan, you said you're not on social media.
What, am I in it? I'm not in it.
Well,
yeah, but you're the basis of it, Dan.
Yeah,
you
come
made
on.
a prank call so good and
What does it
legendary.
mean? I get money or something? What, you want to send me some money?
Jeez,
Well, hold on a
Dan,
second, Dan.
Send you money. How about
Dan,
just let you own in the moment?
How about the satisfaction that you got Francesa to pay off something from 10 years ago that he'll never do things. He never puts anything over, and he put over your phone call 10 years later in a commercial with Eli Manning. I mean, that's pretty cool. I know you're not on social media, so perhaps you can't grasp that was my take, is that you don't live on social media, so you don't realize how huge this is and how many people are now being introduced to your call from 10 years ago and the whole bit itself. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, we all thought it was. You don't seem to think that, and I hear you on the money stuff. I wish people would send me money too as well, but the idea that it should be, some things are worth more than money. This is your day to shine, because something that you did so long ago that was so brilliant has been paid off by the guy you did it to and the two teams.
How brilliant? Really? You're calling me brilliant for that call? I was just trolling Mike Francesa. I'm an 8-time consecutive class clown. I'm here for humor.
Well, you don't sound that humorous right now, Dan.
I'm starting.
I'm a little tired from work, but
Yeah. Is it possible that Dan was trolling Sal and now he's trolling us?
Are you trolling us back, Dan?
He might be.
no, I'm not. I was legitimately about to leave Vermont.
No, I got you.
Because
I got
Vermont,
you.
and
But regardless,
Vermont
though,
seems random too.
that's working. That's not what I'm putting it. But the point is now you've called back in. I don't know. I think you'd have a good laugh about it. You don't seem to think it's funny, and that's fine. But congrats on your 10-year anniversary.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Boy, I got to question that class. If that
something's
guy's a
up there.
class clown.
He seems very upset by all
What
this.
is going
There's
on?
a lot of anger,
But again,
right?
Dan has now called us twice, not the other way around. I did not ask, or Sean, for Scones or Paulie to call him.
No, he called us.
He called us.
He
Just
might be going through some stuff, man. I don't know.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible, but again, he called. Like, if he is, he is. Then
Look,
don't make the call.
first of all, having to drive back and forth to Vermont seems like a pain in the ass.
I'm sure.
Whatever's going on at work.
But he's an 8-time class clown. I didn't even know who votes on that.
I question the class and how funny they were.
He takes more pride in that than he does the actual Francesa call.
I can't believe the comment. By the time, I'm going to give you credit. We've busted on each other today. I thought you had a very mature response and answer. I'm talking like this with this guy again. Has a classic prank call. He just called himself an 8-time class clown, but it's not adding up. He doesn't get the tit for tat on radio. Own the vote. I can't believe he's gone over 2 on calls to the station.
He wants money for it.
Money?
Now,
When he called, when I screened him, I was like, do you realize how big this is? He's like, not really. I'm like, the
And I think
Giants
that's
posted out the video. The Giants tweeted out the video. It has 1.7 million views right now.
well, because I think
They
that
then added the original call. They added the Dan and Warwick call,
no,
and that's got 100,000.
what I'm thinking here is that perhaps Dan is one of those people that, he called that one time. He made the prank call.
It's a different Dan than he is now.
He just went on and lived his life. It's not like
But we all did.
I know that, but working in the business and working on social media, you know the idea here, especially with Mike. There are so many accounts that live for putting his clips out, and then it's the 1-year anniversary, it's the 6-year anniversary, it's the 7.5-year anniversary.
We've gone too far.
We live in that Mike Francesa prank call world. Dan doesn't, so he doesn't grasp how much of an impact it had.
hold
You know
on.
what I mean?
Time
He
out
just
with
went
impact.
on with his life in Vermont, or he's in vacation
Look.
in Vermont,
There have been
or on business,
10 billion calls to this station.
at least. And that's just Ira and Staten Island.
Some have been funnier than others.
And Richard in Manhattan.
Perhaps Dan didn't grasp, of all the prank calls to Mike, it's a Mount Rushmore prank call to Mike.
That's what I'm saying.
But we don't spend every day the last 10 years going, please, Dan and Warwick, call back, give us more of the Giant stuff. It's just something that kind of has been referenced in history. He's not on social media, which, by the way, red flag too. A guy who's an 8-time class...
I don't know if it's a red flag.
Guy who's an 8-time class clown, also not on social media. I don't know.
Well, we wouldn't be on Twitter if not for
Seems
the
like a good guy, but I would just say this. The Dan that called 10 years ago, that made that prank call, whether it was with his fraternity, with his boys, whatever, is not the same Dan that we just got there. That Dan there is pissed off that he's driving back and forth to Vermont. He's looking for money now. What are they going to pay me? I don't know. Dan...
He matured.
He did. Oh, you know what? Right. He's not going to SummerSlam.
He's not doing the prank calls anymore. He doesn't seem interested in calling sports radio anymore.
But he called twice today.
I think his family and friends pressured him into calling.
I got news for you. Al's going to do an hour on this tomorrow in the warm-up show, and then G's going to do a half hour on this. So he's going to call them tomorrow, and Giannotti's going to be banging the table because he's getting nothing out of this guy.
I would say.
Am I wrong? He's going to call tomorrow too.
He's called the midday show. He's called the afternoon show. I'm sure the morning show is going to bring up the ad and talk about it. I would advise Al or anybody else, don't pick up the phone if Dan called. He's made his case now twice. I've never seen somebody grumpier about placing a prank call. They placed, by the way, in their life. 8-time class clown.